What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Detached Garage. If you guys are new to the channel, my name is Sean and this channel is all about helping you guys plan, design, build, and upgrade your garage. If that sounds interesting to you at all, please consider hitting that subscribe button. In today's episode, it is the episode I've been promising for 2 weeks. We are talking about building in stages and how I plan to build my garage in stages to help spread out that cash flow and also get a better idea of the building and what specifically I want to do as we get building. Let's get started. Welcome back to Detached Garage, guys. Today we are talking about building in stages. And what does that mean and why would you want to build in stages? Well, the main reason is really to kind of spread that cash flow out. If you don't have enough money right away to build your dream garage to a T with all the cabinets, all the insulation, all the plumbing, all the electrical right where you want it, then you might be interested in building in stages. The other thing, if you have a full-time job that doesn't allow you to take, a few months off to build the garage yourself, but still want to put some sweat equity into the garage build, then you might want to build the shell of the garage and then stretch out the interior process and kind of work on weekends and nights to finish the interior of the garage, but still have that weather-tight building that you can kind of work at your own pace to complete that interior section. The other thing, you might not know exactly how you want your garage laid out. So you might want to build that shell and then kind of think about where you want to place the outlets, what height of the outlets you want to go. Do you want to do a central vac system and kind of all that stuff behind the walls of your garage that you need those walls open and accessible to run those wires, those cables, everything you want to do behind the walls before you button it up. Put cabinets and equipment in front of it. So that's really the three main reasons why you would want to build in stages. Number one being cash flow, obviously. So how do you get started with building in stages? Again, this is my plan for my garage. A lot of you guys are contractors and builders and are much more experienced than I am. So if I screw up anywhere in here, if you have a tip or suggestion that I didn't think about, please put it down in the comments below. But where does it start? It all starts with your drawings and your building permits. So your drawings are what you're applying for that permit for. So you're saying, this is what I want to build. It's all about timing and also your cash flow and the money and the three reasons I talked about earlier, but it's really all about timing. So a building permit, again, this is general, this is for Wisconsin and it might not apply directly to your state, but usually after you apply and get that permit accepted, you have about 6 months from the date of acceptance till the day you start building maximum. So you need to start building within that 6-month period. And then from the time you start building, you have about 12 months to complete the build. Now you can get extensions and everything like that. That's not a hard and fast rule, but overall you have about a 12-month period. And you need to consider inspections, the different stages of the build and how you can kind of pace yourself through that. But overall, people talk about building permits being good for 18 months. They're talking really about that 6 months to start and 12 months to finish. Obviously, you can get extensions and whatnot to keep that process moving forward, but it all starts with that drawing package. So if you have this big, grand idea of what you want your garage to be and you don't think you can afford it right away or get it done in that time frame, then you're probably going to want to submit some de-scoped drawings and some simplified drawings first. Obviously, get your architect to do and design what you want for the future, but if you want to submit those de-scoped drawings and those simplified drawings, that's absolutely a strategy. You can take those drawings, submit it, build that shell of that building with kind of minimal finishing touches, and then figure out what you want and also possibly even apply for another building permit 2 years down the road to get you to that completed level of where you want to be for that awesome garage. So I mentioned inspections before, and this is something you're going to want to check into on what the phases of inspection are with the foundation inspection, the framing inspection, plumbing, electrical, roughing, all of those types of inspections. You want to know where your county and town require those inspections to be. And obviously there's the National Building Code, but some counties and towns have a different schedule and a more stringent schedule for when you need to have inspections completed before you can move on to the next section. So that's very important. The other important thing, and what I'm going to be thinking about, is since mine is going to be an attached garage with that 12-foot wide roof section, I have to think about occupancy, because technically it's an extension of my house, and being able to get occupancy, I need to know my minimum requirements for that. And so when I present my drawings and what I want to get that building permit on, I need to understand what that minimum level of completion is to gain that occupancy, so then I can do those upgrades in the future. So definitely check out what your inspection criteria is and what your occupancy requirements are, so that you can truly build in stages. So getting back to project management, and some questions you want to ask yourself before you decide is building in stages right for me are: what do you want to do yourself on your garage? What's your budget and what's your timeline? So scope, schedule, and budget of what you want to do and how long do you want your garage build to take. So that can be a good lead in to why you would want to build in stages. So for me, what is my plan? I want to build the shell of the garage. And so that includes a foundation, that includes the concrete that's going to go from the garage and surround the garage to connect it to the existing driveway, as well as the wash bay and the patio area. Then I want to get it framed. I want to do general utilities and basically get that structure weather tight. And so then I can come back in and do the insulation, do the electrical work, do more plumbing work, run the network cable, run additional speaker wire, all the stuff behind the walls. And then I want to do the drywall, I want to do the painting, and then also start installing cabinets and other fixtures as well. That's what I want to do with the garage. So my goal is really to get that weather-tight structure built and that landscape complete, so it's a seamless transition to the garage from the current driveway. And then I want to start adding things from there. And that's what I want to do myself. And I think I can save some money by doing myself. One other thing you can think about to even dial it back further is you don't necessarily have to pour that interior slab right away, especially if you're doing a pole barn or a post-built style building. You can do gravel in there and just kind of let that be that structure. You will likely have some open air areas, which it won't be that full weather type building like a stick built building, but overall that could save you some money by not doing that interior slab right away and spreading that out. So I am super interested to hear what you guys think about my plan to build in stages. What do you guys think? How would you build your garage in stages? And how would you spread that cash flow out, and what would you do yourself? Let me know in the comments below if my plan is completely fouled up and this is not gonna work at all, or if you think this is a great idea and maybe some just small tweaks to my plan. So I hope you enjoyed this video. We will have much more content coming around building in stages, especially as I start my garage build. I hope you guys follow along for that. So thank you guys again for watching Detached Garage.